Question is, are you ready? Okay. Season 2, episode 1. We've been renewed. I don't know how, but we are here live at the casa of the reigning, defending Gmgt champion of the world, King Daniel James Ross Jr.
Thank you. It was a close match, guys.
No, it wasn't. We are joined by Commissioner Chips and Salsa himself, straight out of Arizona, Mr. Dustin Strand. Strand, how are you doing today, sir?
Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing today? I'm great. Straight out of the desert, chips and salsa. I had some chips and salsa for lunch during today's Bucks game.
Nice.
It's probably why they wound up winning. I had chips and salsa with Jeff Van Gundy discussing basketball.
Jeff Van Gundy. Not many people can say that.
How many baskets did he have?
How many what?
How many baskets of chips and salsa did he have?
Oh, just one.
He looks like a 3-basket guy.
No, I had the chips and salsa. Van Gundy had wings.
How many? A couple dozen?
It looked like about a dozen. Yeah, but he left at the beginning of overtime. I'm like, he's gonna miss the game here, the rest of the game.
He knew the game was over. Bucks in 6.
Well, anyway, I know who one of the commentators is for the Suns Lakers game tomorrow. So
the Bucks need to do it for Jim Paschke, and that's the only thing that I'm going to say.
That's, you know what, I'm on board with that. I'm on board with that 100%. Mm-hmm. But guys, thanks for bringing whole 19 podcast back for season 2. This is going to be great. It's Gmgt season. It's back.
Not Gmgt season. It's Gmgt 15 season.
Gmgt 15 season, back and better than ever.
Here we are. Who'd thunk it?
Look at us.
So once again, I am Prentice. This is Dan. We are joined by Commissioner Strand. Other members of the hierarchy that are not here tonight with us. Dan's breaking shit already here. It's not even been 5 minutes in the podcast, but
it's a new season. We're still trying to get used to it.
Don't worry, guys.
Tommy Etchin not here with us right now, and Ryan Chase is probably making some type of social media picture about Dustin Strand and ice cream cone right now, but
it's
here nor there.
Classless. It's just classless.
So hot. So, we are less than 2 months away from the season starting here for Gmgt 15 up in lovely Minocqua, July 10th and 11th. We are going to have always some new rookies this year, and we'll be joined shortly in a few minutes here by one of them. Name is Mitchell Schmidtke, the pride of Merrill, Wisconsin. No meth, no bath salts, but he's a good golfer.
He looks like Pulse. I thought it was Pulse.
We got a Pulse looking like a doppelganger.
Look at us. Who'd have thunk it, right?
Danny, you got some extra responsibilities this year. In addition to defending the strap, you gotta draft a team. You gotta run a team.
Yeah, that's something we'll talk about later as well too, as we preview the draft coming up in section 7 and 6 here.
I'm going Lone Wolf.
Lone Wolf, that's a bold strategy there, Cotton. What's up for you?
3-1 odds.
So we'll talk to Mr. Schmidtke a little bit here. We'll recap last year's events of what happened, what trophies were broken, what trophies need to be purchased, what took place during the ever infamous meetings of 2020 and quarantine that may have impact for future GMGTs. Some bold early predictions for Gmgt 15, preview the draft, and the fact that Kofi can still not count to 6.
It's hard.
It is hard.
It's tough.
And lastly, we'll end up with an open forum as well too. So we're just waiting on Mr. Schmidtke to join us here. He should be joining us shortly here.
He's at the bar.
He is at the bar. He's going to fit in perfectly here at this location.
Is he a young man?
He is a young man. He's about 24.
Looks like Pulse.
Jeez. All right. Way younger than us.
I know. He'll still be on the regular GMGT while we're on the senior GMGT. And now, joining into the Gmgt podcast, the pride of Merrill, Wisconsin, coming live on location from the Cobalt, Mr. Mitchell.
No, I'm in the Camry right now.
Oh, you're in the Camry right now. I see.
Yeah, newer Camry. Hey.
Camry. Okay. Say hello, gentlemen. Say hello. We have Mr. Mitchell Schmidtke here right now with us, live on location from, like I said before, Wrigley Field. Mitchell, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a young prodigy. There's been prophecies told for a long time of this day, actually, and it's come. And now I'm here, and it's time to wreak havoc on your guys' league. I've been invited in, and I'm gonna feel bad when I win, and I ruin it for you guys. But I won't. But that's okay.
Bold statements by the rookie there.
Yeah, you're going plus 20.
Defending champion Ross. What do you have to say about that?
He's going plus 20.
Yeah, that is also a possibility in the table. There is no doubt about that. Plus 20 is not off the table.
It can happen. You're talking to someone here that has blown more leads on a Sunday than Pamela Anderson has blown Tommy Lee Jones right here. It's probably been 3 or 4 years where I've blown a lead on Sunday.
It's a pretty good video, actually.
Which video?
The one of you blowing.
Fair enough. Commissioner Strand, can you tell Mr. Schmidtke about what is a Gmgt and what he has to prepare himself for?
Sure. Well, first and foremost, we had a rookie last year who, remember when he came in and he wasn't going to win the competition because he was far behind, he started to complain and saying that it wasn't fair for rookies and so forth. I'm not going to name his name. But the thing is, remember what, Vinny Vegas?
Oh, Vinny.
Vinny wasn't happy about his performance. But the thing is, Mitchell, what you have to remember is back in the day.
Time out.
Yeah.
That rookie also beats you, Commissioner Strand?
Gee.
So I got a lot of responsibilities, okay? And because of that, I wasn't totally on the tournament. I might have blew a few shots last year. We'll see if we can reverse that this year. But anyway, back to what I was saying, Mitchell. I think what you just got to look forward to is a whole hell of a lot of fun. I mean, you may do well on the courses, you may not. We all know the courses. If you don't know it yet, so be it. You just got to learn them as the years go by.
Black Falls and from Mr. Ross right here.
I won't make it.
Well, that's
you.
But you're looking at 5 of the toughest courses Minocqua has to offer. And maybe the only 5 courses
Yeah,
up
it's like
Minocqua,
the 5 courses Minocqua has.
but the other toughest they have to offer.
Well,
Island Golf, you never know. There might be a whole bunch of leaves on the course, and I've seen bad things happen to good people. I saw a former champion, a former 2-time champion, lose his cool after the 3rd hole last year and end up throwing a pink ball at me. I may or may not have had something to do with that, but I will neither confirm nor deny that information.
Let me tell you, I just played golf at Merrill today. The conditions can't be any worse than that. It was.
No idea. Then after Island Golf, you go to the hottest course on tour. You go to Rock Falls. It could be 60,
Mitchell,
it could be 60 degrees outside. When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut, Commissioner Strand. Don't make me mute you. Rock Falls, it could be 60 degrees outside, but it's going to play like it's 120.
Hell yeah.
This guy right here to the right of me.
Embrace it.
I had the course record in -5. This guy just obliterated. He may or may not have had some illegal substances helping him.
Wow.
But
not for that course.
So you do not have a course book that you?
Oh no, I did.
Okay,
I did.
Oh,
that's the only course. That's the only course that I have.
So Mitchell, I guess what we're trying to say is every course has its own personality. You're just going to have to learn it. Its own little quirks to it, you know.
Well, and I appreciate the advice coming from a fellow podcaster. I have my own sports betting podcast. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to have big odds on me. And if you're looking to make a lot of money, I'd put them on me. I'm probably sitting at plus 1,200. Plus
guy that had 330,000 shares of Dogecoin, and he sold them last year. These are the same advice coming from the same person.
Time in hands.
There hasn't been a whole lot of rookies that have had success the last few years, though. Paltz did a couple of years ago, didn't he?
Paltz now top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're wondering about one of his rounds.
Yeah.
year.
That is still in question, isn't it? You know?
Same
I mean,
with-
I wouldn't be surprised if we have a GMGT cryptocurrency by the end of this tournament. I mean, I think we should launch one. We'll take it to the fucking moon. I mean, we get like a couple people to invest. We'll have 35 billion or whatever Shiba has that Jason made me invest to that I've lost half my ass on. I mean, we can make a lot of money on that.
Advisor always likes that criminals of podcast is not legal documentation or information or things that you should do with your money or advice. Thank you. But
All we got to do is get Elon on our side, and we're
Yeah,
golden.
exactly. No, we need Elon on our side. We're going to the moon.
Yeah.
I mean, we can probably get him in the tournament.
How can we go about doing this? Does he watch this pod? Elon, you want in?
I'll send it to him. I'll send it to him after this. I'll tweet it at him.
the scared money don't make money.
Yeah, well, I've got listeners in. I'm in multiple countries. I've said many times. We started this podcast in the NFL season. I penetrated more borders than the coronavirus has. It's faster than any virus anyone's ever seen. I'm in Uganda, Ireland, the UK. I'm everywhere. I only go now by Mr. Worldwide. I've taken it over. Pitbull called me. He said, you can have it. And I've taken it.
So you're going to start GMGT Uganda? Is that what you're going to do?
Well, we can. I mean, we can. I don't know how the mini golf course quality is in Uganda. I would say it's probably pretty poor. But
Probably a lot of dirt. Yeah.
Well, if you like betting lines, Mr. Schmidtke is your man because you can't go a day at the work at 3074 without Mitch talking about something betting.
well,
Dusty,
yeah.
you want to just recap what happened last year?
What?
Oh, you guys, sorry.
Yeah.
Since
What
someone never
happened?
sent out a final, actual official document from last year.
It was sent out. What are you talking about?
No, it
I
wasn't.
sent it out. Yes, it was. I sent the email. I got it. Probably could bring it up. Doesn't matter. I'll tell you what happened last year.
Okay, actually, I got it here.
Dan Ross happened last year.
Yeah, Dan Ross happened last year. Here's the results of GMGT 14. Dan Ross, course record, tour record, -5. No one's ever finished below par in tour history.
Yeah, I kind of stubbed my toe at 19th hole. I
Mm.
mean, deep down, I was going for 10 under. I'll have to see.
Yeah.
That's the-
Then
Dan
next,
Just
Oh.
small victories, Dan. Just small victories.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Then next was Josh Peltz at +6. Zach Kraus, who will not be on tour this year, it sounds like, at +8. Ryan Chase makes a dramatic appearance out of, breaking his back, breaking his spleen, whatever excuse he had for the 2 years previous at +10. Matt Schultz, after his throwing of the pink ball on the third hole of Island Golf, smashed at +11. Paul Jaglinski, who will not be on tour this year.
What's Jags? Did he get a broken spleen?
Yeah, he has a surgery coming up in early July. I think he's getting his tubes tied. But yeah, he'll be off the roof at that time right there. Another former champion, Tom Metchin,
Two-time champ.
two-time champion, +14. The most consistent golfer in GMGT history,
Lost by 19.
lost by 19 strokes. Joel Heinz finished in 8th place.
Oh.
I finished at +16. Vinny Varel finished at +18 and finished in 11th place. Commissioner Dusty Strand at 20 over par.
Only 25 behind.
Dusty, how's that make you feel?
Well, it was a rough Sunday. I gotta bounce back. This is the year I bounce back.
I mean, for what it sounds like to me, it can't get any worse. So, I mean, you can only go up from there.
Once every few years, I have a bad.
He grabs by 50.
Finishing out the round, Brad Hansen +20, Nick Pitson +21, another former champion, Gary Scray +26, Cole Walters, you son of a bitch. I still have issues with you because you don't know it'll count to fucking 6, +30. After you set a course record, and you still finished +30.
That's
Yeah,
that's bad.
He had a
I mean, I don't need to beat around the bush on it. That's bad.
Bad Settlers Mill, he set a course record.
He was ahead of you going into Settlers.
he still finished at plus 30. I still beat him by 14 strokes.
Well, I beat him by 35. What does that matter?
Wait a minute. Whoa. He was ahead of you going into Settlers and you beat him by 14?
Yeah.
The hell did he quit at Settlers?
Or something. It was close.
Dave finished plus 35. Andy Goldstein, the best captain in GMGT history, plus 38. He was not a good golfer, but he was a great captain. Gramps, plus 45. Jason Zaleski of the Zaleski Sports Show, Highlight House, did not finish. Same with Justin Jolka as well, too. And then, I forget, Dusty, what team were you on last year? Were you Team 9 or were you Team 12?
Look, all around last year, it was just not it was not up to par. I wasn't up to par. Channel 9 wasn't up to par. It could have went better.
So Channel 12, probably the smallest demographic in the United States.
It probably.
Channel 9. But it wasn't even close. What was the final score? Do you remember? Wasn't it like 14-4?
I don't think
it was
15.
it was not good. It was.
You guys
I
are
would
giving
say
the poor
last
guy
year-
PTSD right now. I mean,
Yeah.
I can see it in his eyes. His eyes are fluttering.
Yeah.
I mean, this bad memories are coming up for this poor guy. I mean, you're taking him
Listen,
back.
I just want to put 2020 behind us. Okay, we got a whole new thing happening here. We got a couple months of hype coming up. We got a draft coming up.
for the
Mitchell's-
podcast. Nope, never mind. They're done. Hang on. Sorry, I thought I had fireworks, but no, I don't. They're gone.
That's
I
okay.
thought you were being pulled over
We've
by
got
police.
podcasts before where a certain Dan Ross is driving a mini golf cart and we're pouring champagne all over the place. That was a good time.
So let me tell you about that podcast last year.
Was this before or after I bit people and started smashing stuff?
It was before. So
Okay.
so Saturday night, halfway through the tour, there's a podcast, and person after person, said that Ross was going to choke. And you know what? I kind of took that personally.
Yep.
Who didn't
Is
say
that
that?
when you were on the go-karts?
Yeah, but I watched it later.
Who did not say that, Dan?
You did not say it. But
My
person
voice.
after person, Strand said it.
Schultz said it.
Schultz said it.
Chase said it.
Chase said it. Everybody who was on there said that he's never been there before. I had like a 7-shot lead or 8 or whatever it was. He said Ross is going to choke it away. And I took it personally. I really did.
And then he took some gummies.
I got up that morning, had sex with my wife, practiced putting in my room for about an hour before I got out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
I mean, I hope you looked them all in the eye and told them, "Fuck you." That's what I mean. That's really what happened.
Mr. Strand, the next person is yours. What took place during the winter meeting series, just so what Mitch knows what he can and what he can't do?
What are the penalties?
Yeah, and what are the penalties?
That's steep penalties coming up. Look, Mitch. Due to some unforeseen circumstances, we have to implement a few new rules this year, such as
Wow.
we cannot practice on the tour courses until 4 to 8 hours prior to tournament time.
So that means Thursday at 12 o'clock, fair game.
Thursday, 12 o'clock, your fair game. Okay, so if you can get up there and then practice, go ahead. You can do that at Thursday.
Hey, Mitch, I think we're
And,
going to work that Friday, right?
Huh?
I think we're going to work up North Minocqua that Friday, right?
Yeah, I've got a couple appointments booked. I got about 4 or 5 set already. We'll be up there though.
Yeah, that's what I figured. What other big life-changing events have happened, Brandon, as far as the tour?
Let's see. We're going to the last course is now going to be Holiday Acres. It's going to be our championship final course from now
Awesome.
on.
I can't believe laps now on Holiday Acres, the last course of the year.
So question.
Look at the bright side. You might be in the final group going into the final course.
So
You
I
know,
have a
so-
suggestion for the final course.
I'm sorry?
I have a suggestion for the final course.
Sure.
No max stroke limits on the holes.
Maybe someday we'll talk about that. That's kind of a huge
So
thing.
think about this. The tour's on the line. You walk up to 17, where you have to curl it around with the pond behind it.
Yeah.
It takes a 12.
Oh, that would be heavy. That's a It's certainly a rule change to vote on in the GMGT 16.
Yeah, just the last
So,
course.
I think we can make a formal recommendation to the hierarchy right now. I think I know someone
I
who's
think
on
it's
the hierarchy.
interesting.
I can make that recommendation right now on GroupMe to Commissioner Strand and Mr. Chase and Mr. Etchen.
we'll talk about it.
I mean,
We'll talk about it.
Right? But like, it'll be some drama because if someone's up by like 5 shots on 17, they're gonna win, unless they can take a 9 or a 10 on it.
Mitch, you have been in many golf tournaments before. You know, every other course has a stroke limit of 6. You know, don't you think that the final championship round should be no stroke limit?
Well, let me tell you about stroke limits. Okay. I've been golfing for about 6, maybe 7 years now. I don't know how old I am. I don't know how long I've been playing, but about 6 years. And the first time I played a varsity golf tournament for high school, I took a 16 on the first hole. Let me tell you, there's no fucking limits on a 16. You are ready to just dive into the pond after that. You shot half the par on the first hole, but I did keep it out of 100. I kept it under 100 on that round, which is really a modern day miracle.
How the hell did you do that?
I don't know. I was really bad back then. I'm not going to lie to you. The 16 didn't surprise me at all, but how I kept it under 100, I could have shot 75 that day, probably.
This guy, like a month ago, she had a hole in one too.
I did get yes, I did get a hole in one. I can't go to Wassa Country Club anymore. My picture is everywhere currently. Of course, I volunteered to work that day, so I had to leave. And all these rich guys are looking for their drinks. I can't show my face around that place right now. That they will literally kill me.
That's an interesting story. Wausau Country Club, can't go there. Hole in one.
There's no limit. Prentice might take 14 on the water hole that's on the right. I think it's hole 8.
I might.
I know you might. I have seen you put it in like 4 times in a row.
I'll put it in your face 4 times in a row too.
I'm still baffled how you can get a 16 on a hole but finish under 100.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you how I got the 16. I really got fucked over is what happened.
Because it's 9 holes.
No, it was not 9 holes. It was 18 grueling walking holes after taking a 16 on the first hole. And I hit my drive. I was playing it in Shala. I hit my drive. It went a little right. I mean, by a little right, it was kind of right. I thought it was okay. There was red stakes down there. It was good. Thought maybe you just drop. But no, the Rapids head coach was sitting there. He told me it was out of bounds, told me to hit another one. I said, okay, I'll hit another one. So this one's well over the road, right? This one's no doubt about it. That's fucking gone. See you later. That's out of bounds. And so, what?
I said red stakes aren't out of bounds.
That's what I'm thinking. Well, now that I know about golf, you see where I'm coming from. And so then I re-tee again. I send it straight into the fucking woods. This one's definitely a red stake. So I get in there. I find it. I punch it out. Go to hit my next shot. Hit it back into the woods. I punch it out. I hit it back into the woods. I punch it out. I go over the green. I get on the green. I don't know how many fucking putts later. It is a 16. Let me tell you, when my coach met me on about hole 8 and I told him I had 16 on the first hole, he almost had a stroke. I mean, it wasn't good. He wasn't happy. But at the same time, our golf team really sucked.
Here's the, what's surprising about this. Like, I'm not good at golf, right? But I don't think I've ever had a 16. But with that said, it's hard for me to break 100. So I don't know. I'm kind of, it's crazy. That's just baffling to me.
Did you get the growler that you owe me yet or no?
Oh, I don't know. We'll have to do that at some point.
You haven't. It's been 2 years now, you son of a bitch.
Double or nothing. Double or nothing.
That
miracle shot that you hit that day.
Yeah, tell them about this miracle shot.
So what were we, like 130 yards from the green?
Yeah.
But you had nothing but tall trees blocking your path. You had to hit it over the trees, and you just happened to hit it over the trees, and it's stuck on the green. Oh, otherwise, had that not happened, had that miracle shot not happened, I had you.
But on top of that, you have to realize I was like 60 feet out at that point right there. And that my 60-foot lag putt was within like 6 inches. And you're like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah. That was the gods were against me that day.
Everyone's
Kind of like they were last year on Sunday.
Yeah.
So we talked to one rookie right now, Mitchell Schmidtke, who is, he's in the golf and stuff like that. We are now going to go to the extreme opposite Buffalo of someone who is a golf professional. We are now going live to Brady Hoffman, probably somewhere in Gresham, Shawano, Appleton, somewhere, I don't know where he is. Brady.
What's up? What's up?
What's up?
Brady is known for being in the chat and just throwing in the most random, unique stuff
About Kofi.
He's never met Kofi before in his life.
Never ever.
Brady,
But
You know what?
I want to get the floor at Buffalo. I want to give you the floor, 30 seconds. Attaboy. You are a true legend. You honor thy Buffalo. 30 seconds. The floor is yours. Talk about yourself. Talk about what you're going to do on tour this year before I kick you out of here.
all right. So, big country, joining the tour this year. I'm from Gresham. I live in Green Bay. Right now, I'm getting hammered in Shawano. There's at the launching pad. This year on tour, I'm just gonna join, and I'm here to eat ass and put golf balls and I'm all out eating ass. So here we are. Let's go.
And Brady's out of time before we kick him out of here.
He's here to eat ass and putt golf balls.
Yeah, that's a good guy right there.
That's Brady Hoffman right there. That's
If I ever have a daughter, I'll save her when she's 18 for you. Personally, I will.
Who wins, Brady or Kofi this year?
Brady. Who wins this year? Any female on tour or Kofi? Any female on tour. Commissioner Strand.
So what are we gonna have a few females on tour this year or what?
That might be a possibility.
And when I have this time, I want to transition away from this putt tournament and really talk about a great achievement today by one of the greatest clutch players in NBA history, Chris Middleton. If I could take anyone at the fucking buzzer, it'd be Chris Middleton. I don't want to see another NBA player documentary until I see a Chris Middleton documentary. And all I wanted is an hour straight of him hitting buzzer beaters with no time left on the clock. The Bucks are going to the fucking finals this year. They're taking out the Nets. They're trash. I'm about to win some money. I'm hopefully going to go back and see what the score is, but I'm going to win some money on the Nets covering +8. I mean, I couldn't believe they were giving me 8 points to the Celtics. That's a great deal. I think the Celtics might win this series. And if the Nets are gone, we can punch our ticket to the finals, and it's finally going to be our year. And we're going to do it. I've been waiting for so long. I've been hurt so many years. It's our time.
Nets are up 14 with 2 minutes left to go.
All right.
Yeah,
well, we need to score. We need to score 6 more points quickly. Then, very quickly. Well, actually 7.
Celtics.
They're
Sorry.
up 14.
Look,
Plus 8.
like everything in Mitchell's comments rounds back to like betting somehow.
Yeah. No. It's what we need to do, and I'm telling you, the Bucks. I have never been more proud of them. I can't tell you how wonderful it was to see Eric Bledsoe nowhere near the court today. I mean, we would have lost by 30 if Eric Bledsoe was playing today.
This is true. Yeah, this is true.
So, on to some bold predictions here. Is Gramps going back to tour this year?
I have not talked to Gramps.
He is Medicare age. Mitch, don't get any ideas.
He is retired. He got forced out of his job. He's retired.
No, I'll call him.
He's my
I
client.
seen him in Oscar. He's in there.
I know he is.
I already called him. I left him a message.
Dusty, what are your bold predictions for Gary Scray this year?
+18.
Wow, that's an improvement, isn't it?
That's bold.
Is it an improvement? It might be an improvement. Yeah.
Predictions.
I think Gary's going to be drafted to team Ross,
The winning team.
and I think he's gonna finish with a 18 over.
How about Josh Pultz?
Josh Pultz is gonna be the Cup champion this year. He's gonna captain a championship squad, and he's gonna draft the commissioner, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Captain Ross, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, well, if he beats me, then I'm going to resign my post as assistant coach on his team.
Holy shit.
So he needs to
This is heavy. This is getting heavy now.
watch it. He beat me by 71 in JV. That's enough. I can't believe I agreed to
I was there
be
for
on
it.
his staff.
It was
That sounds like a threat.
73 to 2.
Really?
He beat me 73-2. He played his varsity girls the second half of the JV game.
But then the
70
73 to 2.
73 to 2.
But then
Why did you guys even come out of the locker room at halftime?
Well, the girls were crying. They didn't want to.
2?
2.
Jeez.
Right. 1, 2.
2 free throws early on.
Honey
Gosh,
Baked.
well,
I think
they
we
think both of them, though. It's good fundamentals in those girls, though. Great fundamentals.
To be fair, they were on the varsity team last year and they went 1-20. So, yeah, they're not very good.
Well,
is this going to be a revenge tour this year? This for the Cup? Is that what's going to happen here?
yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah.
What is Tom Etchen going to do this year? Bold prediction.
Oh, Tom's going to finish top 10. I mean, thing is with that guy, he's unpredictable. But he's going to have a hand in some cup some cup teams championship. He always does. It's a wily veteran.
He
A lot
did
of wisdom there.
7th last
It's like
year.
Louis Oosthuizen. I'm telling you, if you ever wonder in a major who to bet on top 10, bet Louis Oosthuizen. It's death, taxes, and Louis Oosthuizen top 10 in majors. It's guaranteed.
I think it's
Guaranteed.
death taxes. I think it's death taxes and Mitchell talking about betting.
Yeah, you're right. I do have to go, though. I left my girlfriend in the bar. She's probably wondering where the hell I am. But last thing is, I'm going to join this tour. I don't know if you guys remember when Tiger joined the tour. It's going to be the same thing. I'm going to be on the thing. I'm going to light it on fire. And I don't know if there's a trophy. If there is, I'm taking it home. So
there will be a trophy. There's a belt.
but that's
There's
all
a
I
belt.
need.
There's a belt, Dan.
Were you even alive in 97?
I was just born. I was probably about 8 months old, maybe 7, 6, somewhere in there. 6 months old. I remember my mom, she had me swaddled and Tiger's just making birdies left and right. I remember it vividly.
I mean, this guy wasn't even born when Favre won the first Super Bowl.
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Strand, you're old.
Actually, no, I think I was alive for about 3 weeks. 3 weeks when Favre won the chip. I don't know if he'd ever would have won it if I wasn't born. That I've always asked that question, really.
I think I was just about to graduate high school when Tiger won the Masters that year.
Yeah. A lot of good things have happened since I was born in 96. I don't want to credit myself, but
And time comes, age comes for everyone, and Dan's like 3 years away from Medicare age, so it happens.
Yeah. I only got a couple years left. Want to make the most out of them on the tour.
All right, Mitchell. I guess we'll see you. We'll see you
All right,
soon,
boys.
man.
See you, bud.
yeah, absolutely. We'll talk soon. If you need any betting advice,
Senior
just
tour in
listen to
10
the
years.
podcast. I'll be here. They'll probably lose, to be honest with you, but one of the weeks, I guarantee we're going to make a hell of a lot of money. So that's
Good.
all
All
I've
right.
got. See you, boys.
Scared money don't make money. Mitchell Schmidtke, thank you, sir.
This is going to be fun. We got a lot of good rookies this year. We got a lot of characters for rookies this year. This is going to be a lot of fun.
That's something we haven't really talked about. When would the senior GMGT tour start?
The senior team. We'll talk about that when the time comes.
Dusty.
I tell you what, though, I am excited for the rookie class because it looks like we got a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of characters, a lot of this should be good. I'm looking forward to it. Got to inject some youth into
for
us.
Dan Ross.
Second place.
What's my score?
+2.
2 over. +2.
Get.
The winner will finish with a +2. And you'll go into overtime.
Overtime.
3 whole points.
I feel
Advantage
confident
Ross.
about that.
So
Dusty and Dan, what's your prediction for yours truly?
You'll be leading going into Holiday Acres, and then you'll finish with a 6 over.
What place would that be?
I'm sure that'll be a fourth place. But
I-
you'll be leading going into Holiday Acres.
I will
And
be
then, like
under
always.
par. I will be under par going into Holiday.
Okay, that's fair.
It's fair.
But what's going to happen is in the 17th hole, your ball's going to go in the water, allowing the other guy to come back and tie.
Yeah.
So are you saying
That's it.
right now that we are going to consider no stroke limit on Holiday Acres? For
No,
G-
what I'm saying is it'll be so close that when he hits it into the water and the other guy doesn't, he's going to gain 2 strokes on Dan, allowing the tie to happen. And then they're going to go into the 3-hole playoff where Dan's ball will hit a squirrel running under the course,
That only happens to me, okay?
Chipmunk.
a chipmunk, and which will ultimately be his demise. So
Okay. Predictions on Ryan Chase. I
Ooh,
think Chase
that's
is
a
going to be a
good
DF
one.
this year, only for the fact that he will find some way to get injured, whether it's at work, at home, whether it's a spleen, appendix,
Oh.
torn Achilles, something.
You know, let me tell you, Chase he's done a good job the last couple of years. He's found a way to really start finishing in a respectable
last couple
position.
of years, he's only been on tour 1 out of the past 3 years.
The last couple he's played. We'll see. Maybe that little injury, the 2-year injury thing that he had, where he almost, he had his spleen explode and all that stuff. Maybe he, turned it over a new leaf there, and he's gonna come. I don't know.
Captain Ross, predictions for Dustin Strand.
Well, I think he's
Yeah.
going to improve from his plus 20.
I couldn't get any worse than that.
I'm gonna say
Plus 19.
top 5 finish plus 8, plus 9, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Respectable.
Okay. That could be. I mean, that's usually where I hover around when I don't have an off year.
Is this going to be another year where Strand only wins a made-up trophy that he had to create for the hierarchy?
Well, as far as I know, Strand buys the trophy for himself every year.
What's that? What's the made-up trophy?
That right there is a made-up trophy that he created for the hierarchy that he said.
No, I didn't create it. We created it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an invention of the hierarchy.
I could
right
see
there.
Strand finishing top 5, but still a gap between the top couple, and then
You said yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Everyone's most favorite lovable loser.
Here it comes.
Cole Walters, predictions. This is someone that you guys talk here. Let me find what was said on Twitter earlier today.
top 10.
Oh, that okay. That's I mean, is that like a asterisk top 10?
Well, I mean, the scorebook will say top 10.
Quote unquote from at the Cole Walters on Twitter 9 hours ago. College never taught me how to count, comma, but you can count on me making a difference this year. Thoughts, concerns, comments.
Well, let me ask you this. I'm gonna put Danny on the spot here. Danny, will you or will you not draft Cole Walters on your team?
I think it depends who has the last pick. I mean, we don't know who has the first pick yet.
Okay, here's a hypothetical.
No, I think if I had to guess, and I gotta confirm with Tommy, I think because you were the champion, I think you're gonna get the first pick.
Okay.
I think you're the first pick this year. I'm pretty sure.
So here's a hypothetical. If you were left with taking Cole Walters or someone like Jags that we know is probably not showing up, or Zach, or Brad Hansen, who we know for sure is not going to be there this year. Do you take Kofi or do you take Brad Hansen?
I would take Jags because I think I could probably drag him to it.
That's not the question. Do you take Kofi or do you take Brad Hansen?
Well, is the question, do I take Kofi or do I forfeit the point?
Yes.
It would depend what the team looks like.
Okay, here's a question. Do you take Kofi or do you take the ghost of Stonewall Jackson?
Mini golf wasn't a thing in the 1860s.
Answer the question.
Balls, which are the same size as golf balls.
All kidding aside, I think that Kofi is going to have a good year because it's year 3. Year 3 is the jump year.
I hope so. I hope so.
too.
I hope he does. I hope he gets in there and competes.
Because
I hope so too.
He's
Because
due.
first
He's
year-
due.
the first year, you're scared, right? There's a lot of guys, believe it or not, the group's a little intimidating, right? Like Zach is a big guy. Strand doesn't like people. Like there's just a lot of stuff going on, right? Schultz is mean.
Throws golf balls at people.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of an intimidating group.
Prentice fights people.
The second year, you kind of figure it out, right? But you're still not taking it that seriously. The third year, you can win.
Hey, all kidding aside, then, yeah, I hope Kofi gets in there and competes well this year. I hope he makes a dent somewhere. That's what I'm hoping.
A little projection for a bet down the line that will happen between these two. Kofi versus Vince. All kidding aside here. Who's going to come?
That's going to be. Do you think that has the potential to be the next Schultz Heinz rivalry?
No, this is the next Owen Hart versus Bret Hart rivalry right here. This is Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon.
Yeah,
This is Undertaker Kane.
Vinny
that could get ugly
last year.
Hey, let's talk about the draft coming up.
We're not done yet.
Okay, all right. Sorry, jumping ahead.
Vinny was not happy about his play last year, but I will say this: I was his partner at Rock Falls, and we were somewhere towards the middle. I don't remember what hole it was, and he read a putt for me that I didn't have in my book. Right, it was a long putt, and he said exactly where I had to hit it, and I hit it, and it was center cup. Like dude knows how to read greens. He just had a bad season. I think Vinny. I think Vinny's a player. I really do.
I've actually golfed with Vinny. He's not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay. How about the most consistent golfer in Gmgt history? Mr. Hines had a down year last year. He finished at 8 plus 14. That is a very uncharacteristic of Mr. Hines.
He had a bad Sunday.
It's not like he threw his hat in the trees like he did like 5 years ago, but
he was in the final group for both rounds, I think.
Just a bad Settlers.
Well, Heinz, you got to always count as a possible to win it all, right? You always got to consider him. He had one bad season out of his entire career, and that was last year. So.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was me, Heinz, Zach, and Jags. I think at Holiday, and I think I went in up 7 or 8, and I think at the turn I was up like 12 or 13 because I had a good front 9, and then I was just trying to get 2s the rest of the way. I wasn't going for anything, but everybody else just kind of went. Mrr. I don't know. It was a weird Sunday last year, I think. I don't think a lot of guys played well Sunday.
No, I don't think so either. Mr. Jolka, predictions.
I think he's officially retired.
Officially retired.
He didn't like the direction of the tour or something.
He's gone the ways of Wallander. Oh, Larry Wallander. Apparently you're going to be a future Hall of Fame member, which I don't believe. I don't think that anyone should be a Hall of Fame member until they come back and show what they can do on the new tour. So, Aaron, when you see this, and you will, when I forward it to you, get your ass back in tour and prove that you belong in the Hall of Fame.
Can I say something to Aaron Waller?
Yes, you can.
Waller?
Is it 2 words, and those 2 words, what if? Because that's what Aaron
Hey,
Waller is. What if?
Hey, Wally, did you dig back that courage you had in your prime? Or is it gone forever? I mean, maybe you're half the man you used to be, kind of like Bill Wallander, not walking onto that Lakeland.
Hey, at least Bill
field
Wallander
anymore.
shows up every year for Gmgt. You may not be golfing, but we still see him every night at the Thirsty Well or something.
He's always there.
He's always
He's
at work.
always there. Dig back that courage you had in your prime, Wally. Dig it back if it's still there.
Matt Schultz. Does Schultz come back and be will he become the tour's first 3-time winner?
He already is. He is a 3-time winner.
Be the tour's first 4-time winner? Does he have it in him this year?
Not if I had something to say about it.
I like how Dusty thinks he's in some old Western every time. Not if I got something to say about it, partner. Okay, here. Down to our last 2. Mr. Pitson. Talk about a wild card. Strand, thoughts?
Wild card is about the best way to sum him up. You know, Nick's got a world championship in his history. So I challenge you, Nick, to dig back that courage you had back in 2015. And find a way to compete in the top 5 this year. What's that?
I said not to have another DNF in your Sunday stat line there. Finish the event.
Don't have a DNF, Nick. Be better than that. Be better than that. Because I know what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. Jeff's going to play this year. And Jeff's never going to be in it. And what's going to happen is on Sunday, Jeff's going to wake up and he's going to say, I'm going to go home. And Nick's going to tag along. That's unless Nick's in it. That's why I'm saying dig back that courage, Nick. That courage you had in 2015, be in it.
And we know right now it sounds like Mr. Kraus is out.
Maybe. We'll see. I'm waiting word from him. Hopefully not. Hopefully he's not out. He really wants to be in.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Dusty. Let's talk about the draft here. What are some, talk about the draft here. Mr. Pulse isn't here, but we have the one true captain here, Mr. Ross.
I will see him tomorrow night. And we will talk about the draft.
I am glad. I think it's kind of too early to talk about the specifics of the draft because we don't know who's all in, who's all out just yet. There's no way of knowing. But I will say this. If there was going to be a matchup against Dan Ross, I'm glad it's Pulse because those two have a long history of matchups against one another. Not necessarily in GMGT. Not necessarily in GMGT, but in life. And that's what matters. Okay. So this is just add this to another life battle between those two. It's going to be good. It's going to be good TV. It's going to be good viewership.
You realize that we're on the same coaching staff now, right? We are one team.
That's what I mean. I want dissension in the coaching staff. I want there to be awkwardness. I want there to be tension. I want there to be spite. And I want your basketball players to see it. They can smell the tension.
Raise your hand if you want to be on Team Pulse. Raise your hand if you want to be on Team Dan Ross Jr.
Hope to see it fruition.
Here's the deal. I think I'm just going to come out and say something that all three of us already know, and that we've already been thinking. There ain't no way.
Saturday when it comes in the past.
There is no way that the three of us can be on the same team. There can be no cohesion there. We have to be separated.
Strand, if you're there in like the 12th round, I'm gonna take a flyer at you.
No, you will take Kofi. You take Kofi. You take Jolka. I don't care. But there's no way. There's just no way that we're ever going to be a cohesive unit. Us, the three of us, work better when we're going against one another.
It's fair.
Strand, I feel like when we've gone head to head, I've gotten the better of you the last couple of years at least.
So this is true. On the head-to-head matchup, you did beat me. But here's the thing, Dan. Remember this. This is your 4th year, right?
Yeah.
The first two years, the old commish got the better of you in the final standings. So
we just talked 5 minutes before about this. First year, you're getting used to it. Second year, you're still not used to it. Third year, the playing field levels out. And what's happened the past 2 years, Dan?
Look, last year the playing field, it didn't level out. Dan crushed the playing field. It doesn't. He annihilated it. But it's a new year. We've got a whole new thing coming up. We got 2 months of hype coming up. We got a draft coming up. Brand new teams. I'm looking forward to going head to head with the great Dan Ross right there.
I'm looking forward to crushing your nuts one more time, Mr. Strand.
I'm gonna draft Strand first just to mess everyone up.
Do you want to lose?
Yeah, Strand loses the cup often, it seems.
When's the last time you won?
2 years ago they won it.
Strand, how many times have you won the cup?
3. Yeah. But yeah, I lost more than I know.
I think me and Schultz or me or Heinz are the only 5-time.
It doesn't matter. I'm not going to run away from the challenge. I want both of you to know the reason I want to go against the two of you is because I want to go against the best. I don't want a Brooklyn Nets situation where I just team up with the best. I want to go against the best. And that's the man to your right there, Prentice. He's the best. He's the defending champion, best scorer of all time. It's nothing against you guys not wanting to be on your team. It's not a personal thing. It's because I want to go compete against the best. And that's why.
Do you think that -5 is touchable?
I don't.
Good question.
I do not.
I mean, under par definitely is.
I think on the podcast last year, I think I said that someone was going to go under par last year. I really think that came up.
It's a category every year for the past couple of years. You know, the podcast on its second season and probably the past ever since Wally came close to it. You know, is can someone break under par? And that finally happened last year.
Yeah, but he did it. He broke it. It was broke under par, but it was way under par. I don't think it gets broken again. Not that. I think it gets broken under par, but I don't think they touched Dan Ross's record. Maybe in 2044. I don't know. Maybe Gmgt 33.
If you're consistent and if you can shoot -2 at 4 of the 5 courses, and if you can somehow keep it +3 or better at 19th hole,
well, maybe. Yeah. And 19th hole is kind of what screws up everybody's. You know.
What if a guy goes like even par or +1 there next year? I'm just saying, what if that happens?
At hole 19?
Yep.
Well, that would be a breakthrough. I mean, he'd definitely have a leg up. So
That'd be a breakthrough for someone, wouldn't it?
Log hole.
I got 48 hours. They might all be there.
Dusty,
2 hours.
There we go. 48 hours. I can't wait to see people camping out at Island Golf, 19th hole, Rock Falls, supporting the local businesses in the Minocqua area.
I don't even know if Island Golf is open.
I can't wait for the draft. I really can't. I want to know who's going to be on the teams. This is going to be fun. Last year's draft was fun, right?
What day is the draft set for?
June 5th. We're going to do June 5th, the draft, which is what, 2 Saturdays from now.
June 5th.
It's
Captain
June 5th,
Rock.
Saturday night, June 5th. We got Captain Champion Dan Ross versus Josh Paul's two of the guys in the same coaching tree, same team. Going to be bitter
Let's
enemies
run
for a
down the
weekend.
draft here one more time. We don't know who is in it yet, but is it the traditional draft or the snake draft?
I think it's traditional. Was it last year? Yeah, it was
I would
traditional
hope
last
that you
year.
know that you are the commissioner of this league.
Well, you know, Tommy runs the cup, so but it was traditional draft. So Dan Ross is going to have the first pick. So if I have to guess, I think that's how it was. So
Any hints on who your first pick will be, Mr. Ross?
I will say that Pulse and I have already talked a little bit about what the draft is. Nothing official. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. I don't want to give away any sort of strategy that I have.
Cole Walters.
Maybe. But no.
Dustin Strand.
Maybe Dusty.
Gramps?
maybe.
Is Gramps alive? I don't know. I hope he wills me his car, though. Fingers.
What about the ghost of Stonewall Jackson?
I would take the ghost of Stonewall Jackson over Kofi Kingston every day of the week.
Yeah. All right.
That brings us to the most important portion of this podcast and segment. Segment 6. 6. A very important number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Cole Walters, if I hear you on course or on tour this year, anything funky, sneaky going on where there are scores going on that are illegible that people say that you have a 6, or you say otherwise, I will find you down. I will hunt you. I will make sure that you have a 6. You'll be seeing 6s in your dreams for the rest of your life.
Yep. Prentice.
Strand.
I think it's healthy for competitive reasons for a player to call out another player. Are you calling out Kofi this year?
I called him out last year. Kofi wanted me, and I'm pretty sure I beat him by 16 strokes at Settlers Mill. I'm just laying down the facts and the rules of the road. The rules of the road are from a great movie called Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, where it's ass, grass, or something else as well too. But at the same time, yes, this is a league about fun and
Honesty,
and good spirits fun, especially as well too in some competitive nature. But at the same time, Kofi, you can't have the honesty and the integrity to be able to count to 6 and have an ethical score. I will do everything I can to put my size 16, which has a 6 in it, up your ass and put you straight back to Rapids. And that's the bottom line. It's Prentice said so. Is there anything else, gentlemen, that we'd like to discuss tonight, besides the fact that Buxton 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Kofi Walters, that's 6 again for you.
You know, it is weird how 2 straight years the holiday course record was broken by people that were in like 20th place.
It is kind of ironic.
Yeah, it's weird.
That brings up another subject for me as well too. Josh Pultz, you finished second last year. I've had suspicions about you going back 2 years now because of your suspicious record on Holiday Acres. That same message I just said to Kofi as well too. Rewind that, listen to it closely, because that applies to you as well.
I will say that I golfed with Pulse almost the entire weekend last year, and his score was legit.
You were legit last year, but 2 years ago it's a different story possibly. I want to give you the benefit of the doubt, brother. I trust you. I love you. I'm watching you.
You know, I want to do one more thing since we're calling people out right now. About a half an hour ago, I said Dan Ross is going to take second. He's going to lose to somebody in overtime. That's going to be me, Dan. This year,
Hold on a second.
you and I You and I want you and I had a dream, and it was you and I in that final. And then overtime, we had the entire crowd watching you and I. That's what's going to be. It's going to be me and the defending great, one-on-one at Holiday.
Like, do you want a golf holiday the day before for money? Because I have golfed that course 500 times.
Maybe we'll do that. But
Maybe
here's
more.
the thing, Danny. It's a premonition that I had, I think.
Well,
It's going to happen.
Make it to the final group first. I beat you by
fair.
25 shots last year. Like, how are you 25 shots up?
How did you make up 25 shots in a year yourself?
Because
he putted every night.
Yeah,
100 strokes.
Because I've put thousands and thousands, probably tens of thousands of putts in the last 2 years.
What have you done?
I'll show you. I'll show you, gentlemen.
Right, you got that.
Oh yeah, he has it. Doesn't mean he's using it.
Oh, it's being used. It's going to be used every night for the next.
He's on that carpet more than the other carpet he should be on right now in Arizona.
It's going to be used every 2 months or every night for the next 2 months. Right here, putting. I think you guys can see it in my living room. I don't even have a dining room table. You know why? Because I don't want one. I want that there, and I'm using that as preparation for you, Danny. You changed the game. You did this.
I did.
You know why people ask me why I don't have a dining room table? Because I don't fricking eat at a dining room table. But what I do is I putt, and I'm going to putt well this year because you changed the rules. You changed the game, and this is how it's going to go. You and I, Holiday Acres, one-on-one, overtime for the title at Gmgt 15. Book it!
I hope that you spend the next 2 months practicing. And I think I speak for everybody everywhere that we would rather have you do that than stalk girls on Twitter.
Well.
Hey, what's up, Diego? We'll catch you next week on June 5th, the draft.